All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Make sure you hit that notified bell on the side, and if you want to be notified. So today is a special episode. We have, introduce yourself, brother.
Man, a man of 1,000 lives and many careers, man. Elijah the Barber, a.k.a. Beer God, a.k.a. True Lyrics the Beer God, man, a.k.a. Mr. Hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Hip Hop and Ink.
Yeah,
Mr. Sig You.
Yeah, Mr. Ink and Hip Hop.
Yeah, Mr. Everything, man. Yeah. So, hey, man, listen, man, it's good to see you, man. I know we won't even let that far from each other, but yeah, you be active now, man. You be really active right now.
We both be busy, man. You Mr. International. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mr. On Tour. You know what I'm saying? We both be busy, man. Tell
nobody that.
Both be busy, man.
Yeah, man. So, where you want to start, man? Where you want to start? You want to start with what you're doing now, or do you want to start with?
I think I want to start. I think I want to start what I'm doing now, man. Like,
yeah, let's go.
I kind of get tired of talking about the whole, origin story. Like, I just did that on the podcast. Like, right now, where my head is at, where my heart is at, is with comedy. You know what I'm saying? Comedy has been therapeutic, and it's been 3 years now. Like, it's crazy. Like, time go by fast.
It's been 3 years already?
3 years, man.
Wow, that's
comedy
crazy.
In 3 years, man. So it's like, comedy is just different because you get to go on that stage and you get to make people laugh that you don't know, but at the same time, like, you making them laugh does so much for them that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
Until, like, after the show. You know what I'm saying? People coming to you like, yo, I just lost my job and my friend brought me to this comedy show and, yo, you were so funny and you just made me feel better about my day. Or, yo, I just lost my dad and I needed a laugh. I needed to get out the house. Yeah. So it's like, yo, when you think about it, you be like, damn, like, I didn't think I would have that impact on certain people. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, man. It's different from anything I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? And I think because you get those people that tell you that stuff and you get, that type of love, it just had me like, all right, I want to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep doing
it. The crazy thing is, I think you come off as one of those people that I would see you and I wouldn't think that you do comedy.
Yeah, a lot of people said that. Well, here's the funny thing. So I remember, like, I told the first person I told I wanted to do stand up comedy was OC Diesel. Yeah, and OC was like, "Yeah, man, you should give it a shot. Like, you should do it. You should try it." He was supportive. Yeah. So then I was like, "All right." So then I told my wife, like, "Yo, I think I'm gonna try stand up comedy." She was like, "But you're not funny." And then it was like, "Oh, really?" Like, okay. Yeah. Then it was like. Yeah, I remember I was talking to my mom. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to this open mic. I'm gonna try some stand up comedy. She was like, but you're too serious of a person to do comedy. Yeah. And I'm just like, damn, like, y'all motherfuckers don't have no belief in me. Like, all right, cool. So I, you know what I'm saying? I had, I actually wrote comedy for 2 years and didn't tell nobody. Like, I was writing for 2 years, and then when I had the opportunity, they said, look, we're gonna give you 3 weeks to write 10 minutes. I took the 3 weeks. I wrote 10 minutes on top of all the other stuff I had. Mm-hmm. I wrote 10 minutes specifically for Atlantic City, about Atlantic City, because that's where I was going to do the comedy at. Yeah. And I only used like 5:15, and I had the best set out of the 4 comedians that night. And it was just one and done for me. Like, I wanted to do it. I did it. And it's like, all right, bucket list shit. Kind of like with the battle stuff. Like, I wanted to battle Ace Vegas. And I did it, and it's like, all right. But they was like, nah, you got to keep doing it.
Yeah, I seen a couple of your joints, and I think that it comes off very natural. You know what I'm saying? I was shocked and surprised. You know what I'm saying? I remember when we talked about this a while ago, because I told you, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do stand-up comedy. But I just never did it. I actually do my own little thing in here. You know what I'm saying? But I never tried to go do it on a stage, but me seeing you do it, it kind of inspired me to give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, I got a lot of shit that I could talk about. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already know. Like, and I'm a pretty funny guy to myself, I believe. But it's different when you get on that stage because you don't know who's going to laugh at your jokes. You might be funny to your friends and people you know.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it so unique, because you said your mom and your wife was like, but you're not a funny guy.
It was like, yeah, you're not a funny guy.
But when you went on the stage, obviously people think you're a funny guy, so it's different.
And now I'm getting paid to do comedy, so clearly, now clearly
so
people think I'm funny. So I mean, you know, it is what it is.
So it's one of those things, man, where I think that anybody can try it, but you just got to understand that it's not for everybody. And on top of that, if you're good at something, then just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this, to me, and I'm not even going to say more than the music, but I think this, to me, right here for you, I think I think people are going to know you more for this because you are interacting with people personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you put out some music, you've been doing music for years, you put out music, people like it, but you don't know who's listening to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this here, it's like, okay, I know exactly who the audience. I know where I'm going. Oh, this audience like jokes censored us. They like jokes that's uncensored, or this audience like jokes that's censored. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly where you going with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, man. But so how far you trying to take this? Or you just...
Well, right now I'm getting ready to film my first comedy special. Yeah. I had to have a plan, man. I wanted to do things different. You know, like I had to make myself committed to it in order to not get bored. Yeah. So it was like, all right, year one, once I decided to take the advice of people around me, like, yo, you might have something, like, yo, you should keep doing it. It was kind of one of those things where, like, you ever do something, like you do something and it's successful, but you have people who still doubt it. Like, let's say, like, when you first battle rapped and you won your first battle, they're like, he got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just his opponent. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They try to downplay it, right? So that was like, bet he can't do it again. So that's kind of how I took it with comedy. Like, you know, the first time I did it, it was like, yo, I did so good. So it's like, now that the bar is set high. So now I was like, well, can I do it again? And then it's like, all right, can I do it again? Can I do it again? Can I keep doing it? Then it goes from, can I go to a different city and do it? Can I go to a different state and do it? You see what I'm saying? So it just, it became a passion, and, you know, I fell more in love with it. And then I just started working more at the craft, and I was able to put, you know, myself in it, my family, my personal stuff, other people's experiences. So it was like I was still able to kind of do what I was doing with music, but it was a different format. You know what I'm saying? It was a different format, but it was tough to get from where I started to now, because when I first started, I was telling jokes like I was still battle rapping. Like, it was just like, I know the joke. Let me spit this joke out real quick before I forget it. And it's like, so it's like I'm saying the jokes, but I'm saying them too fast. So now, like, I'm saying the joke, people laugh at it, but by the time they done laughing, I'm already in the next joke. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, like, the go back to, like, the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. I was like, yo, you gotta look at that, because people are like, oh, well, he laughed at Chris' joke. But it's like, did he really laugh at Chris' joke? Or was he still laughing at the last joke? You see what I'm saying? Because that's what happens as a comedian. You understand that, like, yo, sometimes you over talk your laughs or whatever. So I had to learn how to, you know, slow it down, wait for the people to laugh, then go back into it. Similar with battle rap, like, you spit a bar and then, you know, people react. You gotta kind of wait for the crowd to settle down, then go into the next bar, or they're gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what battle rap basically built its premise off of. Its comedy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of parallels. Wait for the punchline. You know what I'm saying? I think with you had, going back to something you just said about back in the day, comedy was like that. It was rapid fire. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. And they laugh, blah, 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 blah. But it was because the person was consistently funny. So everything they said. Like
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. Like everything they said. And they had slogans within there with saying, you know, everybody hates me. Blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, everybody hating, the crowd starts saying something. So I understand that nowadays it's different. You have to wait. But I think eventually from what I'm seeing, you're gonna develop your own style of comedy. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be you wait for the crowd. You might say something and then laugh with the crowd. You might like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is the perfect example of that. He laughs at his own jokes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I have those moments.
Yeah.
I have those moments where, you know, I might say something and I laugh at it. It's not very often. I think for me, I'm focused when I get on stage. Like I have a mission, especially when it's a book show. So it's a book show. They're like, yo, you got 10 minutes, you got 15 minutes, you got 7 minutes, however much time you have. It's about capturing the audience, holding them, and making them enjoy everything that you're saying for that time. And then once you're done, it's like you want them to feel like, damn, like he was dope. Like I want a little more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So to me, the most important part when you're doing comedy is like what you open with and what you close with. Everything in the middle is like wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the strongest points. Like how you are introduced and how you exit are the things that the people remember. You know what I'm saying? And then like if you have like slogans or you have like any catchphrases and stuff like that, like, you know, like when Kevin Hart, like that's why I says it's parallels with battle rap and comedy. So like Kevin Hart had all right, you know what I'm saying? You gonna learn today. That's like a slogan. So now people leave with that stuck in their head. You see what I'm saying? And that's also like some of the things that I learned with writing and, you know, watching other comedians, you know, the ones who have slogans, the ones who, you know, are just one-liners. Like, there's a lot of people just one-liners. Like, they just say a bunch of one-line jokes, but nothing connects.
You know, no story.
Yeah, there's no story with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, that's cool, but that's their style. You know what I'm saying? Then there's some who have, you know, many stories that are, you know, broken. Like, they don't have nothing to do with anything. Then there's some that their whole set will be one story or three stories, whatever the case may be. So I learned from a lot of comedians, man, but I just try to be me, man. I don't really try to be like anybody else, because the first thing was like, what kind of comedian are you? Are you like Chappelle? Are you like Kevin Hart? Are you like Eddie? Are you raw? Are you clean? And it's like, yo, I could do comedy in front of anybody. Like, I've done 200 people at church. I've done older people in front of senior citizens. I've done mixed crowds. I've done you know, people in their 20s. Like, I've done everything except like a bar mitzvah and a kid's party. It's the only type of stuff I haven't done yet, and I probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, like I try to be able. I try to, you know, have myself be versatile where I can do comedy in front of just about any type of audience.
Yeah, that's funny you say that when you said that the slogan. I kind of myself after battle rap when I make up things and that people are gonna remember. So even if they say, "Well, you lost the battle," but you remember something.
Something
you know
stood out.
Yeah. That's how, so I get that. I get that.
But see, like they both help me though. You know what I'm saying? Like battle rap helped me with hecklers.
Yeah.
So like when a heckler say something, it's like I go into battle rap mode with the rebuttals. You see what I'm saying? But battle rap. I mean, comedy helped me with battle rap because I had been doing comedy a whole year by the time I got back into the ring. You know what I'm saying? With battling. And when I battled Ace Vegas, I had a lot of jokes. I had a lot of jokes in that battle. And it helped me from doing the comedy for the performance part. Knowing the time and knowing, okay, I'm going to say this and then this is gonna hit him, and then I'm gonna hit him with this. So it was a lot of parallels with it, man. But comedy definitely helped me with battle rap, and battle rap definitely helped me with comedy.
So tell me a little bit more about the SIGU Comedy Club. So how, you know, what can you get into? How can somebody get into it? What is it?
So with SIGU Comedy Club, I mean, it's basically the comedy version of. I don't really want to say the Battle League, but it's similarities. So, SIGU Comedy Club is basically where we put on and help put on comedians, whether they're new, whether they vets and stuff like that. So it's the same concept when we had the Battle League. Like, you know, you had battle rappers that weren't getting the exposure or they weren't getting the recognition. It's the same thing with comedy. You got comedians that have been doing it for years, and, you know, a lot of people either don't know who they are or never heard of them. So, like, I go to shows as a comedian. I go to shows as a fan. I was going to shows before I got into comedy. There's a lot of comedians that I got respect for that I like. And just like if I would go to a battle rap event and I see battlers I like and I'm a league owner, yo, dog, I like you. You dope. I got a league. I want to book you. Yo, dog, you know, you funny. I got a promotion. I want to book you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we had Mark Gregory, Dick Gregory's nephew. Funny dude. I've seen this guy a couple times before I got into comedy. I seen him at some shows after getting into comedy. And we just chopped it up network. I booked him for my Mother's Day show. He got a special on Amazon called Run With It. That's funny. And he killed it, did his thing. Cole Cosby, Bill Cosby nephew. I met him at a show at the Punchline. Same thing, chopped it up like, yo, dog, like, when I get stuff moving, I'm going to book you. I got him booked June 15th for our Father's Day show. So it's just like networking and, you know, just going places, meeting people, talking to them. But with the comedy club, we're doing pop-up comedy shows throughout the area. So we do Berlin. We do Turnersville. We done Dover, Delaware. We done Wilmington, Delaware. We working on something in Texas. We hit Texas in February. I don't really want to mess with Philly. I think Philly is oversaturated with comedy. Like, it's always like 17 comedy shows happening every weekend in Philly. But I don't have a problem booking comedians from Philly, like especially ones that you know I'm a fan of or that you know I rock with. So SIGU Comedy Club has the actual shows that we throw, but I also have a open mic that we do one Thursday a month. So the next one will be July 20th in Turnersville. Fabulous events over in Turnersville. Shout out to Miss Reba. Support black business. Beautiful event space, and we were able to work something out where I do a comedy open mic one Thursday a month, and we do like two birds with the same stone. Like, we got a comedy show at the end, but we got open mic comedy in the beginning. So anybody that's interested in trying to do comedy for the first time, you know, $5 for 5 minutes, let them come up, do their thing, and then the best two open mic comedians, we burn them back. We'll book them to be a feature. We book them to be a headliner, or we'll book them to open up for a show. So now it's giving them more exposure. So we had people was like, yo, I always wanted to try it. Tried it first time, killed it. Looked like they've been doing it for years. You see what I'm saying? But it was like, I just want to do it one time. I'm not doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? Just to get off the bucket, like I was. And then you got some that's like, yo, I only been doing it a couple months. They try it. You know, they do it, and then it's like either they stay with it or they fall back. And it's a lot of people who like been in and out. Like, yo, I started with Kevin Hart. I started at the Laugh House, but you know, I dibbled and dabbled in it, and you know, I just want to get my feet wet again. So, you know, I don't have a problem with giving anybody opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody gave me an opportunity. So
with that, a lot of people gotta understand $5 for 5 minutes that's a great deal. Yeah. $5 for 5 minutes, like you usually don't get 5 minutes. Like,
well, see, so a lot of these open mics are different. So you go to Philly, you go to Punchline, you go to the comedy joint. They're giving you 3 minutes. Yeah, that's what they're giving you. And I mean, these places are going to be packed. They're only going to take the first 25 people. And then don't let you go on the night where the politics kick in because people know people, so you'll be number 5 on the list, but you might be number 25 performing because, you know, people know each other. Oh, you such a, yeah, what's up, man? That's my man. You know what I'm saying? It's politics. It's politics and comedy. You know what I'm saying? So those places, they give you 3 minutes. They hit you with the light at 2, and then you say that last joke, you wrap it up. There was a place in our area, Cross Keys Brewery. They gave you 5 minutes, hit you with the light at 4, but they recently just shut down. There's some other mics that they might give you 5 minutes, but it's about the atmosphere. Like some people having open mics, but people aren't there for the open mic. Like it might be a bar that has open mick, and people they getting all they there for happy hour. They don't give a fuck about who on stage telling jokes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's kind of like people who are interested need to go to open mics, but they also need to make sure they find the right open mic.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say you got to find the right open mic because a lot of times a lot of people that I came across or seen trying to do comedy. The funny thing is, a lot of people don't know where to go for comedy around here. And again, I have to commend you for innovating something in this area outside of battle rap. You know what I mean? Because nobody's doing comedy in this area. Nobody, nowhere in this area.
Not for us on that level. I mean, there's people who are having comedy shows. There are venues that are booking comedians and doing shows. So we have comedy in our area, but a problem with us is like we have a bunch of review Ricks and review Renee's. The people where it's like, all right, where's he going to be at? So they get on the phone with Google. Let me review this. Let me see what the reviews look like on this place. Like, how's the food? How's the parking? Is it safe? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they do. So it's kind of like I was talking to this guy, and he said something that made no sense to me. He was like, are you going to the Roots picnic this weekend? And I was like, nah, I'm not going. I got to go. I got a show I got to go to for AC. He was like, well, I don't want to go because I don't like big crowds, but I'm going to go see Chappelle at Wells Fargo, and the Roots are his special guests. So I'm saying to myself, like, so let me get this straight. So you don't want to be outside in a big crowd out in the open, but you fine with being in the building with a big crowd of people. He was like, oh well, you know, they have security. It's going to be safe. So it's like, let me get this straight. Like, you think Usher's performing at the Roots picnic? You think they're not going to have security? You think it's not going to be safe? Oh, but they're shooting like crazy in Philly. Yeah, they are. I was like, but when the last time you heard somebody get shot at an outdoor picnic or festival? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, what makes you think you're going to be the one that gets shot? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, so he's like, oh, I'm just saying because, you know, COVID. So you feel safer in a building with a bunch of people than if you outside. You know what I'm saying? If you outside, worst case scenario is if you do get shot and die, the flies that get to you faster if you're outside compared to you being inside. But it's like, you know, a lot of people are paranoid and scared to go out and have a good time, man. And it's like, that's why with SIGU Comedy Club, we started out of state because we knew people need two things. They need a visual and they need a cosign. So if I say, yo, this restaurant down the street got good food, I'm giving you the cosign. If I send you pictures of the food, now I'm giving you the visual. Now you like, damn, like, all right, it looked good. You know what I'm saying? Then you drive up. You get out the car, you smell the aroma, hit you, boom, like, oh, I can't wait to get in there and try this food. So now that's enough to convince you to go in there and try it. Now the next thing is when you go inside is the experience. If you have a good experience, you will keep rocking with it. And that right there is what it was like for SIGU Comedy Club. Like, we want the people to have a good experience. We want people to keep coming back. We want people to keep supporting not just the promotion, but the comedians. And now comedians who didn't have 10 fans now got 3 or 4 more fans than what they had before. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
So let me ask you this, and then we gonna go on to the next topic. How many shows you got coming up, and how can people get, how can people get in touch with you as far as the comedy goes?
Let me see. I think I got 4. I got 4 shows coming up. I got June 15th. A Father's Night Out in Turnersville, New Jersey. June 17th, my birthday. I'm filming my comedy special, Elijah the Barber Cutting Up comedy special, live at Miss Silly Blues. That's June 17th, day before Father's Day. July 20th, we back with the open mic. I'm hosting that. Just My Thoughts open mic / comedy showcase. And then July 29th, we at the Tansboro Hideaway with the Summer Laughness event. So that's everything that I have coming up as of now. My schedule is subject to change. I could get a phone call or a text message from anybody about a comedy show or about a private party, whatever, because I done it all. Like May, I had 2 shows and it went from 2 to 5. Like I ended up having 5 shows in May. Just, from people seeing me, hey, yo, you did good tonight. I want to book you. Like that. But they could contact me, Elijah the Barber, 856-609 on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, or they can, email me at pushyourpen@gmail. Contact me that way, or if they on Facebook, Elijah Medley, or SIGU Comedy Club, they can reach me through the SIGU Comedy Club page. So there's a lot of different ways for me to be contacted. I'm not hard to get in contact with.